Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here tonight to join in the celebration of Stacy and Will, to kick off their first night together as one. Thank you to Will's parents, Bill and Sherry Polachek, and Stacy's parents, Bev and the late Joel Gillen. I know without a doubt that our dad Joel is here celebrating in spirit tonight, because we both know he'd never miss a great party. The Gillen and Polachek parents certainly raised two wonderful and inspiring people, Stacy and Will. It is a sincere privilege to represent the two of you today as your matron of honor. For those of you who don't know, I'm Ashley, Stacy's little sister. I've always been 5 years younger and a few inches shorter than Stacy. And growing up, I thought she was the coolest girl alive. I wanted to be wherever she was, doing exactly whatever she was doing. And that often led me to sleep in her bed when it was thundering out, pester her when her friends were over visiting, and learn every word to the Phantom of the Opera soundtrack, because at the time, she thought it was cool. Now I know Stacy is a kind and compassionate person because she never kicked me out of her bed. She welcomed me and stood up for me when her friends didn't want me pestering around. And she introduced me to rap music when no one else was singing the Phantom of the Opera but her and I. Over the years, Stacy always made a huge effort to be a big, supportive sister to me. And even when we lived in different cities and different states, she never let the mileage distance separate our relationship. In 2011, for the first time in 13 years, Stacy and I both moved back to our hometown. And shortly thereafter, our dad was diagnosed with incurable brain cancer. Stacy put her entire life on hold, and she helped to care for him with the compassion of an angel. She held everything together when it felt like everything was falling apart. And in the midst of chaos and despair and sorrow, Stacy's knight in shining armor appeared. At a time when she didn't have the strength and courage to move forward, Will was there to pick her up and carry her. Now, before I go any further, I have to say, a love story as good as theirs can only be slow jammed.
Yo.
Hey, Uptown, can you hit me with a slow, sexy beat?
What if we say no?
I'll just wing it.
We should have rehearsed this.
Anyone's feeling tonight?
Maybe if you got to sway a little bit, you know? Feel the love. Feel the love.
Once upon a time, Stacy and Will's love story began in 2013.
2013.
She was the hot new marketing coordinator, and he was the tall, handsome boss's son.
Oh yeah.
Their first date was a very romantic dinner that ended pretty typically.
Oh yeah. How'd that end, Ashley?
You know what? I'm glad you asked. They made out in the corner of the bar all evening.
Wow, chicky, wow, wow.
Oh yeah. Their love quickly blossomed from there, and they began to spend every waking hour together.
Every minute, every second, every hour.
Will knew that he was in love with Stacy when he was traveling in from Buffalo every weekend just to see her sweet face.
Give me some sugar.
2 long years before Will decided to pop the question.
He popped it.
Yes, he did. And you know, he asked every member of Stacy's family for her hand first. I know. That was very sweet. You know, he asked so many people, I think he was trying to find one of us to talk him out of it.
You can have her, man.
But she said yes, and of course the rest is history because we're all here tonight. So raise your glasses to the bride and groom. Stacy and Will, may you always have patience and passion for each other. Put God first, kiss each other every night, and be the first to say I'm sorry. Cheers to your happily ever after.
Have a nice round of applause.